Adventure of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman. The killer inside. See the look in your eyes as you look in your mind. As you look in your mind.
Welcome to Oblivion, the Garden of Eden. Only I can save you now.
Find you, let's find you. Everything together again. Who decides you?
I am the darkness.
This is Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio. And, you know, one of my favorite festivals on the Pipeman Radio tour is Inkcarceration. And I'm going to tell these guys a story of why I love Ink so much. But they just played Ink yesterday, okay? And they are badass. They've been around forever. And now we even have new music. Like, I don't even know how bands can make new music after like 40 years, 30 years. So let's welcome to the show, CROSSBREED. How are you?
Fucking amazing, dude. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing amazing, you know. And man, tell me how it was, because this year I didn't go in person to Ink. I usually do. But tell me how it was when you were performing at the Shawshank prison, man.
Dude, all right. So first off, let me introduce myself. I'm James from CROSSBREED. That's Manicotti.
What's up?
He plays bass and guitar. Both him and Derek, they play both. So, but this was our first time ever playing Inkcarceration. So, like, we played Rockfest and went straight, nighttime and went straight to Ink. So it's like you get there, you're going straight to the stage, and like as we're like getting ready and we're set up, I was looking at the stage manager and I was like, dude, this place is about to get insane, man. So let's take a moment and just look at where the fuck we are. Like, dude. And we just stood there staring at the whole landscape of it. It's like, dude, look at how fucking cool this is, man. We all play concerts at all these different places. We're playing at a fucking prison, like the Shawshank.
I know, right?
Shit. Like, how fucking badass is that? That's like the most metal fucking place you could ever do. So Danny Wimmer presents, Daniel Jensen. Like, man, these guys are fucking badasses making this shit happen there. It's the coolest event ever.
Well, yeah, funny story is like, okay, so I go on tour and I do all these festivals, and my youngest daughter, she'll always say, Dad, so are you excited about this festival coming up? And I'm like, I love doing it. I don't know if excited's the word when you're doing it every single weekend, But then when I did Ink for the first time, I was standing out on the prison yard, what would have been the prison yard, and I called my door. I'm like, yeah, now I'm excited. I'm sitting on the prison yard of Shawshank Prison.
Yeah, like, we played early. So, like, by the time we were done, we got to wrap up and kind of really soak in the event and really see what it's about, like, as a fan, because, like, that was our last show until we're, a while from now. So, like, the second we were done, we literally got to walk around and see, like, fucking Mushroom Head, Machine Head. It was, like, awesome as fuck to even be able to go see all these bands in one place. But to see how the setup, it's like you have 3 major stages set up on 3 different locations. None of them interfere with each other.
Right.
And it's just cool, man. Every bit of it, man. The experience from as an artist, it's just like one of the best experiences you could have. The crowd was fucking dope as fuck, man. It's just fun, man. Before I get away from it all, I just want to give a shout out to my boys, Cults Black. James, love you.
I love it. And you know what you probably don't even know, because you're playing, is I know from covering in the past that the new prison that's next door, people are out in the yard. So you were like pulling like a Johnny Cash move, playing for the inmates next door.
It was like some Star Wars stuff.
So yeah, I mean, what's really cool, and you probably don't even realize it because you were playing at the festival, but I've been there and seen the inmates at the prison next door outside. So you were pulling like a Johnny Cash move, playing to the inmates at the other prison right next door.
That's awesome, dude. The old days, like when we first started Tampa, we had an event called Livestock. and right across the street from it was a prison. So like you're literally like rocking out right across the street from a prison, and it's like kind of cool and kind of funny and kind of like you're torturing those people because it's like, you know, I mean, it was your decisions why you got there, but at the same time, it's like it's kind of cool. Maybe that was practice for incarceration. It was like you have to
right. Well, down here in South Florida, the amphitheater is right next to the prison too, and I've literally been at shows where I've seen people AWOLing from the prison.
Yeah, dude. And that's great. You know, that's scary in Florida, man, because like, you know, you can go escape, you can go in a swamp, and they're coming for you, man. They'll send the dogs in there, or they'll wait for you and see if an alligator gets you. So you know how it is here, man. We're Florida man strong.
That's right. That's right. You know, I tell women that aren't from here, like I met this woman at Grass Pop recently, and she lives in Germany. I'm like, yeah, come visit me in Florida, and I'll take you out and feed you to the gators.
I have a alligator in my backyard, always staring at our chihuahua. It's like
Oh boy,
it's like you better stay away from my fucking dog.
no doubt, no doubt. My son used to go wrestle the alligators when he was in high school.
But that's some Florida shit right there, man.
Right?
It's like one time my wife and I went up to Wisconsin, and family were pointing us in the direction of a lake so we can go fishing. And my wife was like, "Oh my God, there's no alligators." So she just fucking walked right into the water, and people were like, "You got to watch out from water moccasins." And we're like, "Man, we live with fucking sharks and alligators and fucking pythons that could eat us whole."
No doubt.
Man, we don't give a shit.
Exactly. 100%. If you can survive Florida, you can pretty much survive anywhere.
But it's cool, man. Like, dude, honestly, to be Florida people and going up to Ohio, man, and play at Incarceration, dude, it's just dope, man. Like, that's a show that, like, you always want to play. I got jealous watching other bands fucking play. When Mudvayne came back and played, I was like, dude, look at that fucking event, dude. Like, I'm so jealous. I wish I could be there. Like, put me on a shit stage. I don't care. I just want to be there.
Well, you know, it's funny too, because we all have the same reaction. Like one year I was there in the morning, I was, you know, before everything started, I'm taking pictures of the prison, and there's this other dude next to me from a band. He's taking pictures, and he goes to me, "Hey man, can you take my picture with the prison? And I'll take your picture." And he goes, "Look at us, we're fanboying out on Shawshank Prison."
When we were getting our merch, when they were counting the merch back to us, my wife and I were in the back, and it was just like, all right, before we forget, we should take pictures of ourselves with this dope ass prison shit. So we were doing selfies with the, you know, with the prison buildings. This is cool as shit, man. Everything looks structurally, it looks amazing.
Yeah, I have pictures of me in the prison cells, on the toilet in the prison cell.
You want to hear his crazy story we heard when we were there was James from Cultus Black, the singer. He used to be a motor grader. And he said there's a video of theirs, motor grader, where they had arranged it to be brought into the prison there. And they're supposed to be locked in there for a night with security guards and stuff. And the security guards bailed on them and locked them in the van in there by themselves. And he was like, dude, it was pretty fucking scary, man.
Well, check this out.
Got some southern twang, too. So.
That prison is haunted, okay? Like, for real. And Waylon Rivas, who's a friend of mine, we were sitting talking at Ink.
Hey,
and
are you talking about Waylon?
Yeah.
I love fucking with him because I could do him I toured with him so much. Like, I learned all of his mannerisms and stuff. And I'm sure he loves it, but he hates that I imitate him all the time.
Did he tell you the story of filming a video at that prison and what happened?
He probably had a horror story then too, didn't he?
He did totally. About like it's in this room where like prisoners got tortured. Yeah. And he said some really wicked shit happened.
That would be the first room I would want to go film in.
No doubt. Well, check out what I do.
Man, so if they let us do that, lock us in, I would do that 100%. Like,
right?
Yeah, give us our black lights and some cameras, and we'll have some fun.
That's right. That's right. And what I do to have fun there too is, people are going on the tour to prison, and I'll hide like in the walls
Yeah, go fuck with some people.
and scare the shit out of people.
Yeah, but you gotta make sure you have a camera on too to make sure
Oh,
you
I
get.
did. I had my media helper. I'm like, film these for Instagram and TikTok.
Hey, I want to say that this interview has been brought to you by Starbucks Double Shot.
There you go.
You need a
Nice.
picture while you're driving and you're wrecked from playing shows. Starbucks Double Shot. It's
And I
the
love
base.
it that we're doing this interview as you're driving down the road back to Florida from incarceration.
We're like, are we back in Florida yet?
No, we're still in Georgia.
Oh, we're about to get to. We're. I think we're probably about an hour and a half away from Florida.
Is it raining in Georgia there?
Yeah, dude. It
I
just
can
started
hear
flooding.
it. I could hear it like that. I can hear
It's
it
like
through
we're
the
almost
mic,
home and we know it.
right?
You know what it is? Florida knows that we're fucking disgusting because we're like bandies that, may haven't showered in a couple days because we literally went right off the stage of Rockfest at nighttime and then rolled into ink early, and all of us still had our outfits on and everything. And most of us didn't get sleep, so we actually did 2 sets with like basically no sleep. 12
That's
hours.
that's the rock star right there.
Dude, that was it, man. We were ready for it though.
Pain on my legs.
Yeah,
Oh, you did too.
I do. Look at my legs. I still have pain in my legs.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey
That's
man,
great.
hey, check out my legs, bro. There's some sexy
Yeah,
legs. There we go.
that's gonna go up on OnlyFans.
There we go. Look, still have the paint on. Compliments of Cultist Black. That shit is
Nice.
really fucking really thick. Hey, I do want to say one thing that the the one for me personally as a fan at Ink yesterday, a moment that like just genuinely just made me happy was seeing Gravy from Mushroomhead come out, who doesn't normally play in the band anymore. But to see him come out again is just fucking cool, man. Because that dude is so awesome, and just to like see him up there again in that band that him and his bro built, it's fucking cool as fuck, dude. Love that dude.
Yeah, like there's a lot of good stuff that happened at Ink this year. So it's pretty cool
Yeah.
that you were on the bill because that's one of the good things that happened this year.
Yeah, one of the cool things is that like at the festivals, why the bands all love it is that it's like one of the only times that we all get to like network and meet each other. Where it's like, oh man, like like El Nino, I met them before, but it's just dope that they're just there, like eating food right next to us. Like, hey man, what's up, y'all?
And the fact they treat every single band
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
Every band.
There you go.
It's the first time in a long time I've been in a situation where every band was treated equally. It didn't matter how big you were or how small you were. Everybody was in the same area. Everybody was eating the same food. Everybody had the same treatment. We had a dressing room and a green room to share with bands just like every other band. It was phenomenal. The treatment was the best ever.
That's Danny Wimmer, and I love hearing that.
Yeah, man, it's like that, dude. Honestly, when I was getting ready for the shows and doing all the paperwork and shit, it's like, hey, this is literally the top of the chain. You pay attention to how they do the stuff. Pay attention to all those stuff that they give you. They provide you a PR list. It's like, hey, man, these guys are all pros. So let's literally take advantage of this. Let's literally get into it, all the documents. So that's how even this interview started. They literally teed it up for us all. So a lot of bands, they don't even bother taking the time to go through the paperwork and the packages. And I was like, yo, let's see what every single thing they're sending us so we can learn and upgrade our own education on, because that's the top of the line right there. You want Danny Wimmer Presents event. That's what you want.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Listen,
So like that's our goal, is to go play all of this shit, all of his festivals. If all we did was just festivals for 2025, that would be one of the most successful years, if not the most successful year of CROSSBREED.
I love hearing that. And that's the one thing, doing festivals for so many years since like the beginning of the Danny Wimmer festivals.
Yeah.
Like they're the only festivals that I do that I never hear one complaint from an artist at all. Like artists all say the same thing as you. They all praise it. And I think that's so important because there's other festivals where the artists are treated like shit.
Yeah,
And
like
like
for
it's
30 years, man, it's like I played all these different shows and stuff, man, and it's like tours. And like when you land at a event like that, and you see that behind the scenes, finally we're in the festival chain there is, and now you see how you prepared for it because paperwork wise, the details are amazing. But once you get in there, you're like, wow, like this is it, guys. This is like, why do we want to play small stuff? And it's not that we wouldn't. It's just like, this is what we, as Crossbreed, this is our goal, is to be a festival band again. That's where we are ending. That's what we wanted to become. So we can just grow our production, grow our show, and really just like that. That's just what we actually care about the most. The festivals. They're just fun. There's nothing more fun than a fucking festival.
Oh yeah, they're totally fun. That's why I love doing it too. And like you
You have
guys
to
are
love
going to be on
festivals.
all of them.
You have to love festivals, really, because there's some bands. I won't name names, but it's like, man, I fucking hate festivals. Like, are you fucking stupid? It's like they're literally the events that could launch your band, no matter what.
No doubt. And that's where I find new music too. Like even as a fan, like I'll
Yeah,
go see bands at a festival that I would probably never see and they become my favorite
right.
band.
You, the festivals create an opportunity where you get bands that maybe wouldn't play together. Like, when is Crossbreed gonna play with Offspring? We're not gonna probably play with Offspring, but we can at festivals.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what band I was not mad, but upset that they canceled because uh, my wife and I were super excited to see them. Was that Mongolian band, the Who?
Oh yeah, they are cool. I've seen them a
Oh,
bunch of times.
we've I'd say in the last year we went through the YouTube rabbit hole of that band because we just stumbled into it. We're like, who the fuck is this? So cool. And then America's fucking America's sweetheart. We all had to go down that rabbit hole. Corey Feldman, man, holy shit. I mean, that dude really is just on fire.
I interviewed him at Riot Fest last
Dude,
time.
holy fuck. The one where he freaked out and like made the band start again.
Yes.
Dude, I couldn't stop watching that. I even watched it from multiple angles and I was like, I can't believe he did that. That is so. It's like, I can't wait to see this dude live. I mean, everyone, it's like he's that guy. It's like, I'm not gonna say Snoop Dogg because Snoop Dogg's super talented, but Snoop Dogg could literally just go sing anything or do whatever he wants, and no one will care if it's good or bad. It's fucking Snoop Dogg.
Right.
Like, Corey Feldman will never be as legit as Snoop Dogg, but he's running the same model.
Right. And you know what? He's having a good time, so that's what counts.
Yeah, dude. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, man. It's like we're sitting here talking about fucking Corey Feldman, so.
Right?
Whether he's serious about what he's doing or he knows what he's doing and just trolling people, it doesn't matter. He's winning. Even
That's
if
it.
he's
As long as you're having fun, you're winning as far as I'm concerned.
correct. Because who's the one to judge what you decide is a success?
Totally.
It's like, what is success? Like, is it money and fame, or is it like achieving the things you want to do with your friends and like getting out there? So I would gladly accept money. So if anyone wants to donate money to Crossbreed, attention James Reese, I would take it. That's not why we do this, man. It's like, I was gone for a decade and I came back legitimately because I just had the love for music. So I have a very, high clarity as to what I'm doing, why I'm here, what I want to do, what the strategy is for the band. And I can't even say I ever had that before. I mean, I knew what we were trying to do. I knew how to network and stuff, but like I didn't have if you asked me, hey, what are you guys doing 6 months from now? I wouldn't have known. But
Yeah.
now it's like I already know because I'm working on like 9 months from now.
I love it. That's so cool to hear because now we know for sure you're doing it for the music, and that's the key.
For sure.
You know?
Our new song, the Killer Inside, like one of the important things that we wanted in that song was to recapture our sound of who Crossbreed is. That we were club kids and metal kids from Ybor City, St. Pete, So you got that fusion of that vibe. And, we came out with No Fuck Given, that was really to hit the metal dudes and be like, hey, man, we're back. And like, guess what? We can still do all this shit. Listen to that voice. I can fucking scream still, motherfuckers. You know, but it didn't hit the mark as to like the style. You know, it was a great song. Like we loved the song, but like we really wanted to recapture our sound because it's important. So one of the important pieces for the future of the band was to rebuild it into a local band again, a Florida band. So,
Nice.
so now we're officially a Florida band again. You know, we've been scattered throughout the country once we came back. You know, like dudes in Ohio, Cleveland, Cleveland, Ohio, Detroit, Georgia, Florida, South Florida. Like, hey, guess what? We're practicing never. You're not going to grow at all. You're just going to keep showing up like a cover band, and that wasn't good
Yeah.
enough. So we had to change the band what it needs to be, so it can be, the actual creative force that we want it to be. Because, like, man, you give us a stage, man, we'll fucking crush it as much as we can. We'll put everything on the line, But it's all about the people in front of you, man. If those people are not enjoying while you're playing, it doesn't matter how good you are or what your songs
Nah.
are. You failed. I mean, and that's the measure. That's the true test.
I
It's like
think that
DJs.
also comes from you guys enjoying yourself, because if you're not enjoying yourself, we're not going to be enjoying ourselves.
So, like, I didn't enjoy myself anymore. I didn't enjoy doing CrossBreed anymore. I didn't enjoy the fucking the bullshit. The music business was really not knowing what to do. A lot of the artists out there, including guys in my band, were just like, no one was positive. No one was doing it for the right reason anymore. And I always said
Yeah.
that CrossBreed bands it out and end that band way before we were like sucking up a stage. Because I give a shit about why we did it and the people in front of us. So that's why I stopped and I didn't play for 10 years. I needed to learn how to be an adult because, like, you're not going to learn that, in the music business.
That's
So,
right.
but now, but think about it. So, like, we ended the band, and then when Ian and I brought it back, we'd already been gone for a decade. We already did that adult journey of how do you become an adult? Like, how do you own things? How do you buy a car? How do you own a house? And once you get down that path of like actually learning skills beyond the music world, there are places out there for guys like us. The
Right.
skills that we learn in audio engineering and stuff is all transferable skills that you can bring into a corporate place.
Yeah.
It's just understanding how to make that transition. And what I find and suggest to band guys is media, radio, TV. These are natural fits for people like us because they know what to do with our raw talents because they need it. And we need
Yeah.
a place to learn how to monetize the art that we make beyond music. So even though I wasn't doing music, I was still creative the whole time making stuff. But at some point after COVID, and I was kind of ready before COVID, but after the lockdown, I was pretty ready to, you only live once. I'm
Yeah.
mentally clear as to what I want to do, and we're all doing it for the right reasons. And if someone's in this band and they're not doing it for the right reasons, go have fun in some other band, because like that's not cool with us. So.
And you know what? I don't even get people that don't do it for the right reasons, because it's not even like it was way back when, where people were throwing partying and money at bands. It's like, if you're not having fun in this business, it's the wrong business, because that's really the only thing that you got.
Yeah. And that's a scary thing too. When you start out so young and all you know is music, what happens when you're 40, didn't make it? You're 50, still didn't make it, and it's like all you know is what you learn. It's like that's why I don't tell people they should take a break, but it is healthy to take a break from it all so you can reset your focus because you're on a path that you set yourself on as a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever stopped to think about, am I doing what I even want? Like, I know so many musicians that get stuck in bands as just like a hired on gun. And it's like, hey, when's the last time you actually played music you loved?
Right.
And the answers will scare you where you're like, wow. And it's like, you'll watch them and be like, fuck, man, it's been a long time since I've made music that I want to make. And I
I
don't know
think
what
that's the benefit of you taking a break, and even COVID. You know, even for bands that didn't take a break till COVID because they had to, I
But
think
that's insane
it
because
re-energizes you. You
well,
know?
I mean, I wasn't doing it then, so it's like I was feeling shitty as fuck for my my fellow musicians. But the difference is that I chose my break; it
Yeah,
wasn't chosen for me.
yeah,
So there's a lot of anger that still comes in that COVID time because man, the hospitality industry, music industry, everything was just fucking wiped off the face of the earth for a couple of years.
yeah.
So it's like, they're all eager to get back out there because they all had to take it away. But it's different when you choose to take that time off because now, like when you come back, like it's all for the right reasons. You actually love it again. So you see us playing on stage, you can genuinely tell we're actually having fun. Like we're fucking with each other. I'm barely even on stage. You give me a stage with a fucking barricade, I'm not even on stage that much. I want to be with the people. You know, the Ramstein tour, I toured with the Tournee, and I used to hop off the stage and get by the people, so they didn't really know like why I wasn't moving around as much. But it's like I couldn't. I literally fucked my knee up. So after doing that, and then it healed up, I just kept doing that because it was just so much more fun just being in the crowd, fucking with the crowd.
Right?
But
I
it's
I think it's cool too when bands like they jump in with us into the pit and stuff like that. It's just so
dude,
much fun.
I went into the pit when we were playing. I just started running around and I ran back up fast. I just thought it was fun. I don't even know why. It's just like sometimes it's just fun, man. Like Cultist Black was playing and it was like, hey, let's go out there and fuck with them. So we threw our shit on, jumped in the crowd, and just started being fans. And I saw some little kid with a Cultist Black mask on. And then James came down to the crowd, to sing up to them. So I picked this kid up and I put him on the rail, man. So that little kid could have a moment with James. It was like we were just there to fuck around, but I identified like, yo, that little kid, man, this is a moment that kid's gonna remember.
No doubt.
So let me help him. Let me help out my brother James and make a moment for him. And it was just cool to see, man. It was like, wow, that's the kind of shit that when you think about when you first started going to these concerts, like when like I hop up with Cultist Black to do stuff. Dude, that's just dope. When you see bands that you like and they go hop up on each other's stages, having fun with each other, like that's what it's about, man. It's fucking rock and roll, man.
100%. That's what it should all be about.
Man,
And that,
I was trained by Bill Coyne, so I don't know if you know him or remember Bill Coyne, but he's not with us anymore. He was original manager of Kiss, guy who
yeah,
discovered.
yeah, yeah.
He was our manager for 8 years, and he's no longer with our world any longer. But everything he taught me, man, is now making so much more sense as an adult. Where I was like, oh, you know what? When he told me I need to be hydrated, drinking water all the time instead of soda, as an adult now, like a real adult, I can say he was right.
Right?
Now
Exactly.
I drink a fuck ton of water. When you practice and stuff, the next day your voice feels fine, your body's fine. And it was like, oh, even I need to take care of my body, and then my voice will just be straight. I just never knew that.
Right?
Smoking weed is, it's a huge benefit most of the time.
Yeah,
Not
especially
always. Sometimes you forget shit.
yeah, especially in Florida when you got to deal with shit in Florida.
Dude, I got my medical card, man. I am prescribed for my PTSD.
There you go.
And the state of Florida deems me qualified for 4 ounces of weed every 35 days.
Hey, that's a large amount right there. That's a
I
pretty
had the bump up because I was like, I really need more, and they're like, okay, we should go for the 4. I'm like, okay, but it's serious.
nice.
I actually use it, man, where it actually helps me, man. I'm actually use it for medicine all day long. I've been a professional. I've learned uh, how to operate in the workspace and how to actually focus on the work ahead of me instead of being like, oh, I could build a business. It's like, or I could just be high and focused on the job at hand and just knock out that task. So it's like I'm not ripped all the time. It just normalizes me. So I could actually, you get there's a bad fucking rap for people who smoke weed. It's like, oh, they're just stoners. It's like, hey, that's true, but some of us actually use it. Instead of like, hey, what's your crazy pills you take? Yeah, I don't do those. I just smoke weed. It actually
Yeah,
fixes.
I'd rather smoke weed than take any of those big pharma pills, period.
Yeah, because I mean, in our world of music and entertainment, man, it's like how dangerous is that to fall into? I mean,
Yeah.
not judging. I mean, I love mushrooms and shit, but that's natural shit.
Right, exactly. The stuff that they're giving us from big pharma, that's just pure chemicals that kill us.
Oh man, here's a good funny thing. You live in Florida, right?
Yeah.
You remember voting for marijuana?
Yeah, we're voting again.
Yeah. So once you remove that, what other drugs have we ever voted for?
Hmm.
Exactly. How ironic is that? The irony.
I know, right?
Like, hey, I don't remember voting for OxyContin. I don't remember voting for.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not.
true. What a great point. I never thought of that. That's a great point.
You know,
I'm going to bring that up even more now.
thank you, Edmund. No, it's just a solid point where it's like, hey guys, all these pills and marijuana, we got to be careful and stuff. Hey man, remember all these fucking crazy pills that you got people and you prescribe them on a regular basis? Like I don't
know,
remember.
right?
I don't remember voting for those.
No, I don't vote for him at all. So, yeah, you guys are badass. Can you tell everybody how they can reach out to you on the socials, on the web, your link tree, all that good
I
stuff?
think I might be able to do it. First off, I actually just made her link tree, so that's cool. So I can get that out there more. Um, but Spotify, man, we have all of our songs up on Spotify. Ironically, Seasons is our #1 Spotify song still. It's so
Wow.
one of the first songs I ever wrote, dude. It's insane.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. And then YouTube, man, go check out our new video, The Killer Inside. We shot it in at the Nightmare Cleveland Haunted House, the attraction.
Nice.
And
It
was
is
like
a badass video.
dude, it's like a literal movie set. You walk in there and every room in the entire place is built out. And we're characters dressed up too. So like it's a natural fit. We just need to show up and start shooting. And it was so much fun. To do a video without the instruments and shit. I don't
I
think
love it.
I don't think we'll ever go back to doing videos like that. Because this way you can bring in some of the old members and stuff that, they don't really want to play anymore. But like it'd be cool to like original guys, get them come out and do video stuff.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because if you think about CROSSBREED as like a comic book, like if we're a comic book, Mushroom has comic books, Cults of Black's comic book, all of us are comics. It all
Yeah.
fucking makes sense, man.
I love it.
What we're trying to build towards, because Comic-Con, man, it's like, why can't we be there making money?
Yeah, they should have like music festivals at Comic-Con.
It's getting there, man. If you think about it, like Twisted plays a lot of Comic-Cons, they go out there and stuff, and Derek Obscura in our band, he plays with Twisted too. So it's like one of those ironies where it's like, man, even one of our bandmates goes and does this stuff all the time. It's like, why are we not doing this?
Right?
So that's where, a lot of our stuff is going to be heading towards. But yeah, I'd just say, like, let's just stick with the basics. Spotify and YouTube are the only two things we really care about, and add our stuff to playlist, your playlist. And, I just say repeat 1,000 times a day.
There it is. Well, you guys rock, and you thank you for killing it at Inkcarceration and
Dude,
actually
it was
getting
amazing. It was
out
amazing,
of prison.
man. To stand on that stage, see the prison all around us, the crowd in front of us, man, it was fucking awesome. It was worth every fucking bit of like that struggle we had to do, driving 12 hours straight. It was just badass and amazing. It's such a beautiful just cap to the whole run with cultists. So.
And we'll have to race on the Daytona Speedway when you play Rockville in 2025.
Man, there's no doubt, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be there. I will beg, I'll rub feet. I just, yeah, there we go. Yeah, rub more than feet. Yeah, we wanted to get into Danny Wimmer Presents. We got in, man, and we did everything, best we possibly could. And now we hope that, we can now tee it up for Rockville. So
there it is. Well, you guys are badass. Everybody's got to check out your music. And listen, the new song, I mean, you could put that on any horror film there is. So, like, I dare the listeners.
That was the song. It should actually be for any horror song or horror movie. That was literally what we were trying to write.
And I dare all the listeners to turn down the volume of their favorite horror movie and play this song, and it will go with it.
It's funny you say that because we were actually testing that the other day when we were getting ready to go out and started watching different trailers with the volumes off. So like when I get back, I could start making some of that content. But I have so much content from the shows we just did. We did a campground invasion at Rockfest to go party and eat and smoke the people's weed. We got video footage of all of this. So when I get back, I got a lot of editing to do. So,
Well,
but yeah, man,
I can't wait.
I don't want to lose you. I think my phone's going to die soon.
Yeah, you're going to lose me. So we'll let you go. Get back safely to Florida, and we'll see a lot more of you guys.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you, man, taking the time to talk to us, man. It's like that stuff matters, and it's so important. And, you know, honestly, we just appreciate it so much, man. Thank you.
Hey, my pleasure, and thank you for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Yo, man, let's do a fist bump. Look at that fist, dude. Look at the discoloration. I got fucking punched. You know, you do the fist bumps with people. Dude, look at this hand, dude. This hand is already broken, so.
Oh, man.
I had to wait to get home to fix it because I didn't want to fuck it up again. So then I was doing the fist bumps with people, and people started fucking fully punching my fists yesterday.
Wow.
And after done, I was like, dude, my knuckles and hand hurt so bad. I'm like, I need a hand to hold the mic, guys. It's like,
right?
High fives only.
There you go. Well, you guys rock, and we'll see you at Rockville.
Thank you, brother. Love you, man. Can't wait to meet you in person.
Absolutely, 100%.
The Pipeman. Fuck yeah. The Adventures of Pipeman with CROSSBREED. Oh, my God. It's amazing. Thank you so much, brother.
My pleasure.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.